What's up, guys? You're right here with the MMA Roundup. A lot of stuff about our team and just the sport in general, so I hope you enjoy. Congratulations to Josh Emmett back on the winning track after a big layoff and a bunch of surgeries, climbing that rank and looking for the belt. He was a favorite, but was in a very close fight against Dan Ige and got that win and back with his eye on the prize, getting ready to compete again. So pumped for him. We had Darren Elkins and Cody No Love, very tough losses. A lot of people were questioning the drop for Cody, 125 pounds. I personally don't think that was the issue. I think his cut went well. I think he could compete at that weight very easily. Just got caught by a very, very tough opponent early in the fight, and at the highest level, that happens sometimes. So we're pumped for Cody to get whatever's next. There was some clickbait out there about him saying that bare knuckles trying to treat him like a champion, and the UFC wasn't, and so he's considering that. I talked to him. He said he had nothing to do with that conversation, and that was just exactly what it is, hearsay. He said he does want to fight for money. He wants big money fights, and he's still hungry for the competition, hungry for the sport, which I was glad to hear. I know that Cody has a lot left in him, so I'm excited for him to be back on that track and continue the work that he put in this last camp and hopefully pay off in the next fight. We had Darren Elkins lost to Cub Swanson, who directly afterwards in the press conference said his dream fight would be fighting Palm Springs against yours truly. He wants to drop to 135, and honestly, I know he broke his hand. That might give me enough time to train. If he's going to drop down to 35s, we were supposed to fight back in 2004 with King of the Cage on a short notice for $1,000. I think they're going to pay him a couple $100, and they're going to pay me like $1,000, and that never happened. So, Cubby, I'm honored that I'm your dream fight here in this scenario. So we might find out who the King of California is. I don't know. Top 25 under 25. It's cool to see 3 of our top young fighters on that list. Song Yadong, number 1, Macy Barber, number 7, and Corey McKenna in the number 10 spot. We have Halion Pavia, who just barely missed the mark, being 26 years old, but already in the top 15 in his career in both weight classes, 125 and 135. We're excited to bring in the new talent. A lot of talent you have not even heard of on our team that is going to be world ranked very soon. One of those people, that's my boy over there.
What's that, dog?
He's playing chess. One of those people is Slava Claus. We have Slava Borshev, who's making his UFC debut. That's January 15th. For those that don't know, this guy's a character. He's charismatic. He's dangerous. He brings joy. He brings fun. And it's the holiday season, so Slava Claus in January in the new year is very exciting for us. And he's got a very tough opponent. His opponent's name is Harry Bush, I believe. And he's had a fight in the UFC, a couple fights maybe, and he's a very tough opponent as well. So we're excited for that one. We also had Clay Guida, fresh off his victory, jumps into the ocean, catches some fish, goes and competes against a friend of our team, Billy Q, Quarantino, who's another alumni of Tough, and they had a great grappling match, and Clay got that W. He said wrestling is life. Wrestling changed his life. He wrestled in a singlet, was all sweaty, had what little hair that he's holding on to, just glowing, glistening under the lights, and a big victory. So congratulations, Clay. I was glad to see that. Right after Slava, we have Chris Gonzalez. A lot of people don't know that we have our man in Bellator making a stink. He's grinding towards the championship. He's a high-level grappler. He's a special athlete, and he is looking to fight January 29th. Trained hard today, was getting boxing rounds in with Chad Mendez, who's also scheduled in February 19th, I believe, in bare knuckle. Chad's been itching to get in that scrap. No gloves, short rounds, and Chad's looking friggin' huge, got to be honest. So I feel bad for the guys that are giving him rounds on the daily basis in here, and they've been cycling him in through him. So he's in the same boat. He's being a dad, he's being a hunter, he's been a businessman, and now he's a bare knuckle fighter. So we're excited to see him. Good luck, Chad. Getting into March. March is a busy time for us. We've got Yan from China fighting Rodriguez, who's been out to train with us before from Brazil. Very, very tough opponents on both sides. Different types of styles, a little more kickboxing, a little more boxing on one side. Both are improving on their ground, but want to stand up and strike. So we're excited for Jan, who's been grinding out here for a few months now, and her third trip to Team Alpha Male. So pumped for that one. Huge matchup for Song Yadong. We've got Marlon Moraes, who's a dangerous kickboxer, MMA fighter, a former champ and title challenger. He's fighting against Song Yadong, the #1 top 25, under 25 fighter prospect out of China, who's now resident here in Sacramento. So March 12th is going to be a big day. We're excited for that one. March 19th, we've got Corey McKenna. She's coming out of her recovery state. She's had a couple of big injuries coming off her big win in the UFC. It's been a while since you've seen her, and she's gotten better. So she's going back home, back to London to compete in front of her father, who is a big inspiration for her. So looking forward to getting Corey back in the mix and getting another big W, staying undefeated in the UFC. Rumor is Macy Barber's on the horizon in March. We don't know the exact details, but she's been prepping and she's ready to scrap. So pumped for Macy to get in there. February is a big month for Sacramento. We've got A1 Combat Series, our second event. We're doing it at the Doubletree. It's going to be a mixed martial arts fight this time, and we've got some huge fights on that card, locally especially. Some of our top prospects and all around Northern California as well. So make sure you tune into that. It's going to be a great event. So the latest saga between Dana and Jake Paul. First off, Jake Paul's coming off a big victory over Tyron Woodley. Can't knock the kid. The guy's been improving. He's a big, strong guy. He's got some natural talent, some KO power. Believes in himself. Guy's accomplished a lot. Him and Dana have been going back and forth. He's been saying Dana's a cokehead. Dana said, listen, let's make a deal. You can test me for the next 10 years for coke as long as I get 2 years testing you for steroids. And that was kind of a witty thing for Dana to do. Jake came back with his own set of terms, and got to be honest, he's sticking him where it hurts. So here are the terms. Increase minimum fighter pay per fight, $50K. It's currently $12K. Guarantee UFC fighters 50% of UFC annual revenues, $1 billion in 2021. Provide long-term health care to all fighters. You previously said brain damage is part of the gig. Imagine if the NFL said that. There are many UFC alums who have publicly said they are suffering from brain damage. You have 5 days to accept and to implement the above, March 31st, 2022. Once implemented, I will immediately retire from boxing. Enter USADA and agree to fight a one-fight deal with the UFC to fight Weak Chin Jorge. To all UFC fighters, time to take a stand for and create value for yourself and peers. You deserve higher pay. You deserve long-term health care. And above all, you deserve freedom. Support each other. I'm not your enemy. I'm your advocate who selfishly wants to KO a few of you to make some big bank. I will say I'm interested to see how Dana responds, but I doubt he's going to respond at all.
No.